There is a place near Thunder Bay, Ontario, named Sleeping Giant Provincial Park. And to understand how this name came to be, we must go back in time. When the world was first new, Gitchi-Manitou, the Great Spirit, saw that the Ojibwe people had much to learn. So he sent to them a great Manitou named Nanabozho, son of the West Wind, great-grandson of the Moon. He was a giant of a man and was more than human. As he grew, he taught his people much and began to get great respect from them. The centuries went by and the Ojibwe people lived a life where they were happy and content. Then things began to change. His people heard about the coming of strangers from afar. In his dreams, Nanabozho heard Gitchi-Manitou tell him he must lead his people away from their homeland before the strangers arrived. He was also told that he must never harm the newcomers, for they too were children of the Great Spirit. They set out on a great canoe journey to the west, across to the far end of Gitchigumi, Lake Superior it's called today, until they arrived at the place that Nanabozho had seen in his dream, a place they would call Thunderbird Mountain, for it was also the home of the great Thunderbird, who could shoot lightning from his eyes, thunder from his wings, and make great storms on Gitchigumi. Across from Thunderbird Mountain was a great cape where Nanabozho would often climb to look over Gitchigumi. One day, while sitting there, he looked down and saw something very, very shiny. Nanabozho had found a vein of silver. He knew that if the strangers from afar ever heard of this, they would do anything to get the silver, and if they arrived, his people would again have to move away to new hunting grounds. He gathered his greatest chiefs, told them of his secret, and made them promise never to tell anyone. He then made great shovels, had them dig up all the silver, and bury it on a small island just off the cape. One of the chiefs, however, he liked the metal so much, he kept some of it to decorate his weapons and garments. And what a mistake that was. A short while later, Nanabozho's people were attacked by the Sioux, who wanted their hunting grounds. His warriors won the battle, but a young Sioux found some weapons decorated in silver. He snuck back to the camp, where he heard Nanabozho tell his people the Sioux must never find out about their secret of the silver. The young Sioux knew that if the strangers from afar learned of the silver, they would want to go there and get the silver and drive the Ojibwe people away. The Sioux could then destroy the newcomers and the hunting ground would be theirs. He traveled east on Gitchigumi to tell the strangers of the secret. He was right. They wanted him to take them to the silver. He agreed to help, and together they set out to the land of Nanabozho. What he did not know was that a Thunderbird had followed him, had heard all, and was flying back to tell Nanabozho. When Nanabozho heard of the news, he was very mad. He climbed to the top of the great cape and waited for them. The days passed until finally he saw flashes of paddles in the distance. The strangers were arriving. Nanabozho took all of his great powers and together with the Thunderbird created a storm of wind, rain, lightning, and great waves on Gitchigumi, so bad that the strangers were swallowed to the bottom of the great sea. Just then, Nanabozho remembered that he had been warned never to hurt the newcomers. As that was happening, Gitchi-Manitou was casting a spell on him, and the big man was falling forever asleep. When the storm passed, the Ojibwe people saw their great teacher and friend lying on his back, arms folded across his chest, at the top of his favorite lookout. He had been turned to stone and lay so near the tiny island of silver that it seemed he was trying to guard it. To this day, Nanabozho still lies in sleep, a great symbol to his people. He truly is a sleeping giant, and there is only one place in the world where he can be seen, at the top of Thunder Cape in Sleeping Giant Provincial Park. And that is a legend of Nanabozho, the sleeping giant.